I have a brochure that's just right hot off the press. We have the world premiere of the new Azur 650 and 550 series, which actually replaces the legendary 640 and 540 series, which has won a whole wall of awards. In fact, maybe you can explain what you've won, because it's been one of the biggest award winners, and it's been such a big success that why are you coming to the market? Why replace it at this point?
We have won many awards for this range, but the range was the last components in this range released about 2.5 years ago, and we had a sort of 6-month period of relaxing and doing some other stuff and such like, and then we started the R&D for this range, which has been about 2 years now, and we wanted to replace them really for 2 reasons. One was to update the cosmetic, something a bit more in keeping with people's tastes, nowadays, and the other thing is we just had quite a few engineering, R&D technologies that it was time to bring into the new products.
Well, in fact, all the engineering is done here in your headquarters, at the Cambridge Audio headquarters in the center of London. You've got a whole group of engineering geeks upstairs working full-time.
Yeah, that's right, upstairs. About 25 guys now working across all these products, yeah.
So why don't you explain what the major changes are that makes these products such a hot number?
Okay, I mean, if we start with the amplifier, one of the changes we made was to change the output transistors. This is a new transistor from our preferred supplier, which is Sanken, which has less thermal distortion, which in the real world translates into a kind of a better sound quality. We've been tweaking our Cat5 protection circuit. This is the circuit that measures the current, the voltage, whether the amplifier is clipping. And by tweaking the parameters of that, we've been able to get more real-world performance, more punch, more dynamic power out of it, without actually increasing the measured output power at all. Another change is we've removed actually the A-bus circuit from this product. A-bus is our multi-room system. And what we found is that most users at this price point were not using the outputs to drive a multi-room system. So effectively they're paying for something they're not using. So by removing that and keeping it only for the higher end products, we've had more budget to spend on other tweaks. Yeah. So we've been able to put in some polypropylene capacitors and signal paths. We've been able to change the volume pot for a much higher quality Alps plastic film type, and spend the budget on other places. This pot particularly, it has just as good performance at low volumes as it does at higher volumes, because the channel matching between it is much better than the previous pot we could afford to use.
Okay, and the matching CD player has a new servo, which you're going to explain to us a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we're one of the very few hi-fi companies that develop their own servos. This is actually the 3rd servo we've done. This one by far the most sophisticated that we've developed so far. And what we've got here is we've got a transport which we actually make ourselves. And rather than use, say, an IDE CD-ROM type drive where the electronics would be in the transport, we use our own transport, and it's controlled by the servo, which is separate. And the servo, all the software in here is run on an ARM servo, which is a very powerful processor with running bespoke code. So we're able to tune the whole servo to read basically for audio. So it's completely tuned to read audio off a CD disc, whereas a standard servo you might buy off the shelf would be optimized for reading things like MP3 files, and also would be tuned for reading CDR discs, CDRW discs, that more for computer use. And then we made
Also, the 650 has twin DACs.
Correct. Yes. I mean, in the 550 model we have a single Wolfson DAC. And then in the 650 unit we have twin Wolfson DACs, which gives you better stereo separation and actually lowers the noise as well. In fact, the same DACs we used in the previous models, we found that we really like these parts. We found that by tweaking the circuit around them and going fully surface mount, for instance, we were able to get better performance out of those DACs than we could get in our listening tests by switching to something new. So we've actually retained the DACs and then worked around those.
Okay. Another one of the innovative features, you get a very nice, sleek remote control that you actually design yourself, right? And it works it's connected to an iPod. Maybe you can explain that feature?
Yeah. I mean,
sort of innovative.
The amp and CD can both be controlled by the same remote control, which we designed here and we write the software for. But also, for instance, you can select MP3, and we now have an MP3 input on the front as well as on the back of the amplifier, and it will switch to the iPod commands. So you can use Apple's own iPod dock or one that we make, etc., and then skip track and control the iPod all from the remote seamlessly.
Okay. If people want more information, they click under the video, download the documentation from the site. But I think the best thing to do is go out to the store and listen to the difference. And Matt,
Sure.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay,
It's been a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.